Now, I should know the name of this map by now because it's been out since, I don't know, 2010 or something. But I don't really play 2v2, so I don't remember all these map names. Nonetheless, in the top right-hand corner, we have Futurama playing as the Cyan Skrin. His ally, Drive, going to be playing as the green GDI Vanilla. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have as the red GDI once again is going to be Shoktrepet. I say once again because this is actually the second take of this, because the first time they picked Drive had 40,000 resources enabled because he was checking stuff out in skirmish, because he has something planned. Drive, he's up to no good here, or he's definitely up to something. Anyways, this is going to be Rex. He's going to be playing as the purple Skrin. Nothing too fancy as of right now. Now, a quick rundown of this map for all of you who don't know. There is a mutant hovel in the bottom right corner. That's obviously important because this is my stream, my content. So yeah, mutant hovel. I guess you can capture that and put your mutants in APCs. Yeah, not going to do too much for you in the grand scheme of things. There's two middle garrisons in the middle. Usually players like to go Skrin factions to guarantee these in the start of the game. For some reason that didn't start opening fire. Perhaps there's some uneven terrain where the line of sight isn't exactly working there. The terrain can sometimes influence that. Pipple coming out for Shoktrepet. He's just doing a bit of scouting, I think. He's queuing a 4th harvester. And by the way, I failed to mention there's 2 spikes per player. Sometimes players like to share them. Other times they just let one player take both. All of these 2v2 maps though have a common theme. There's 2 players, one besides each other. It makes it easy to defend rushes off. Very quick and easy to reinforce units to your allies' base and defend anything. That's why I'm not a particularly huge fan. I think maps like Rectropolis, the EA maps, have a bit more going on in the early game, just because double teaming is more lethal because of just how far away it is to defend your ally if it happens. So his war factory is not as close, which means units won't be able to respond as quickly. It's just something that I don't like about these maps, but it does make for interesting mid to late games. Once the early game's over, then we're going to start to see the action really unfold, as we're seeing here. Lots of Seekers out, no Gunwalkers. I personally think that Gunwalkers is a better way to go, because Seekers have less utility as the game goes on. The moment that AP ammo comes online, it's just going to be a lot of dead Seekers. You just can't do anything with Seekers with AP ammo online. Charles Warmonk in the chat. He's going to see Skrin take a couple games. Of course, in this particular game here, Skrin cannot lose. It's impossible for Skrin to lose, Charles, because there are 2 Skrins on this map. One versus the other. Skrin confirmed OP because 2 players are picking it. See, they picked Skrin. They didn't get it from random, they picked it. Let that sink in, Charles. Descents for defense. Rex able to hold those Seekers off from Futurama. I would just make Gunwalkers in this point in time. I don't really see the utility of Seekers. But it's up for these guys to decide. Of course, I'm no expert in 2v2 games. Maybe there's some timing that I'm unaware of. Maybe it's the rush that never came that they had to make Seekers for. Actually, you're looking at the wrong. No matter what happened, it's a Skrin loss. So Skrin always loses. So, well, technically that's true as well, but there has to be a loser and a winner in this game. Both of them, though, pick Skrin. Disintegrators, very solid unit. Decent speed. Of course, the Skrin faction don't need advanced. They don't have advanced articulators, but they get a faster descent than the Skrin faction without the upgrade. Forcing the Buzzer Swarm support power, that's pretty good for Rex there. And I imagine that there's going to be some fast tech Firehawks coming out from one of these players soon, because there are 2 GDIs on this map, and usually that prompts Firehawks. I wonder if anybody's going to go for a Shock Trooper transition to stop that, or just build a freaking Storm Column, which does the job, I guess. You can one-shot kill those Firehawks. It just means you need to build an additional Firehawk to kill the enemy tier 3. Orca Strike here would be wonderful. It would literally spawn in from here and kill those Seekers instantly, but he doesn't need it. I mean, he probably could have needed it because this Harvester might go down. Harvester lives just about. That Harvester's going to go down. There's a Pred tank there. 2 random Pred tanks will drive, so they're just doing a little bit of damage here and there, keeping their opponents busy. Drive Futurama just all over these two currently. They're taking the fight to Rex and Shoktrepet. This is looking like an early game 1 victory for Futurama and Drive. I apologize if my casting's awful, which it probably is. I just haven't done casting in a while, nor is it really my thing, but hey guys, you just gotta accept that I'm the only one to do the stream for you all. Commando gets killed there by that Hammerhead. Green 0. It's a shame that he had to quit this game. Hammerheads are still good, even with that 5% range nerf. It's not like it's suddenly a very bad unit. It still has the same DPS as it did before, just a little bit less damage. Doesn't change very much. Though these tripods are moving in for Rex. That's a very good counterattack for our Rex. I guess he's got also the Mastermind as well, rebuilding. He did lose it to the Hammerhead, but he's probably rebuilding it now to teleport these back to base. He can also use the phase field, but there's a couple Storm Riders in for Futurama to try and fend this off. This attack is severely delaying Drive. I think that was a bit too preemptive though, teleporting back those tripods. Could have waited until they were a little bit more low on HP. Nonetheless, though, Warp Chasm coming down for Rex. Rex doing a heavy carry in game number 1. Shoktrepet doesn't have any Harvesters here. He seems to be the weak link. He's only got 4 Harvesters. Whereas Rex is going to lose his Tech Center. Loses his Tech Center. No Storm Column. You would have thought by now that people would have caught on and built freaking Storm Columns to counter Firehawks. But he didn't do that. There is a Mastermind for Rex, but 1 Hammerhead will shut that down unless Rex is paying attention, just grabs the Hammerhead over, but that's really not what he wants. So Rex is just moving in with this Mastermind. He's just being a real pain here. Mastermind taking some damage, teleports the Juggernaut, okay. He's a bit risky still because there's no AA defenses. Rex likes to take these risks, and it pays off for him. Devastator warships for Futurama. He's moving into this base. Drive will support this with a Marv. Shock is in serious trouble. He needs a Space Command uplink. He needs Juggernauts. He needs his ally most of all. Those 4 Firehawks once again coming in. Will attempt to kill that Prodigy. Not quite enough. He's got so many Corruptors, but nothing else. That's not going to do it for him. Futurama has a load of tripods coming in. This Marv is also going to allow Drive to recover economically because we know he's in ruin. But this Marv will take over this tip field. Though it may go down to all of these Synths. Okay, that's a lot of the Synths. It could maybe fall, but no. I don't think that was necessary. I believe you can also still Marvis the Tiberian field even when it's phased. Yeah, that's pretty sick, isn't it? Look, you can phase your allies Marv and just Marvis the expansion. There's nothing you can do about it unless you have EMP. That's pretty broken. Must be infuriating. Rex again, just coming into Drive's base. Also, cheers for the sub, Max Cheese. Really do appreciate your long support. Thank you very much. Construction are taking damage. Does Drive have any war factory? He doesn't have any production. What's this though? That's the second MCV. I guess he's got that. This Marv's also, again, gathering resources. The tech center is what Rex is targeting. That's very smart. Drive can no longer place down those sonic emitters. 2 Hammerheads here, which are just infuriating. I guess if he keeps healing the units up, he won't lose anything. 2 Gunwalkers for Rex coming in. Hexapod there for Futurama. This lag's not me. It's not me. This is the one time I can't be blamed for it. My con is stable. Definitely stable. Hexpod uncontested here. Takes out 2 of the Juggernauts. Wasn't paying attention, but Rex has his Hexa out, and he's about to kill off Drive. Drive has that Marth, I believe, or maybe he got sniped. I completely missed it, unless yeah, it may have just been destroyed. Yeah, that's very good if it was. That means the Drive is essentially dead. He does have 2 Harvesters, but no fighting force. The Synth's getting sniped there by that one Hammerhead. Shoktrepet is helping where he can. That's an elite freaking tripod for Rex. That is going to potentially go heroic. Now, he has to watch out for that Mastermind, though. Futurama can make a Mastermind and take that one over. That would be devastating. Rex now has control of this game because his ally quit. He hasn't yet got control of the game in the sense that he's winning, but his ally has quit the game, so he gets all of the base. These 2 tripods are just completely killing this force off. Oh, he needs to do a better job with those Corruptors, though. He's not... What is he doing? Kill the Disintegrators. Kill the Disintegrators. I've never seen Corruptors die to Descents like that, ever. That was a win right there. If you just micro them, he shouldn't have got that many heroic. He's going to lose this tripod again. Oh my god, please teleport this back. He didn't teleport it back. What else was there to focus on? He needed that elite tripod. Those Corruptors shouldn't have been killing structures. Pretty big fail there, but let's see if he can bring it back. Corruptors were attacking buildings. Yeah, I know that was a colossal mistake. Remember, he just lost an elite tripod. That's something you cannot afford to give away. Rex hasn't got very much to focus on. He's even going to... Well, actually, never mind. He's going to kill those engineers. This is all falling apart for Rex. This Hexpod may even fall as well. Drive's got himself back into this game. He's got a double refinery established. And I believe that Futurama will get his tech down once again. Rex going to throw in the game. That's going to be GG. As you can see, Rex has his technology assembler, so he could have rebuilt that Mastermind, but it did not matter. I would have loved to have seen a heroic tripod that game. Huge disappointment, because he could have had that heroic. That's such a big fail there. Rex and Shoktrepet going for Forgotten Forest. Very popular map. Was originally Tournament Rift, if you guys didn't know. This map was based off of Tournament Rift. But it has evolved into this now. Basically, instead of 1 player, there's now 4 players in Tournament Rift. They've done something to the bomb as well. They've added 2 fields instead of the 1 expansion field. But it is very similar. Even the tip spike placement is identical to Tournament Rift. Nonetheless, though, that can actually be fixed. This clipping here. Could do it in the next update if it's necessary. Would be nice to see on that the Harvest map where the Iron Storms are. Someone go for Storm Riders, because you can actually fly over them and get buffs. You can get the Iron Storm buff on a map when you're harassing your opponent's eco. It must be insanely broken. No one has yet tried it besides me. I just feel like it's just busted. Especially in R19 where it's 15 seconds for the Ion Storm duration. But yeah, I haven't really introduced these guys. On the right hand side will be Futurama playing as the Cyan GDI. So he's switched it up. Drive going with the Marked of Kane. Drive, Marked of Kane, Futurama and GDI. On the left hand side, doesn't look like we've got any switch up from Shoktrepet nor Rex. Rex going with that Scrin unless he's picked Traveler. Yeah, he's gone to Traveler 59. While his ally Shoktrepet, that game didn't do too well. I wasn't too impressed by him. He kind of just fell flat there. He didn't do anything. Needs to perform a bit better. I think that Shoktrepet has so far been the weakest link of the 4 players. We want to see him rise to the occasion now and play a little bit better. for and 2 out for Shoktrepet, his ally, also doing the same thing. And by the way, I'm just going to go ahead and turn this scroll speed down just so it's not stupidly fast, because I am someone who likes to play on high sensitivity and scroll the map very quickly, and I sometimes get comments, you know, people just don't like my fast movement, which is understandable. Drone ship moving out for the expansion. On this map, the southern player moves their MCV between the 2 tip fields so that both players can expand. The other player just ecos up and takes both of the tip spikes, and it's kind of an accepted way to play on this map. I don't think it's the only way. I think that you can do more than just that. For example, this player here can expand to the middle and take this field over. If you take this field early on, it would be like playing on Badlands and taking the middle field early on. I think some players would struggle to know how to react to situations like that. It's probably going to force them to do some play that they're not used to making. I've had that issue versus Green Zero. It was in Tournament Alpine. He went to the middle field, and I just wasn't prepared to deal with that. I didn't know what to do, and I lost the game as a result. So I think that in tournaments or show matches like this, doing plays that are outside the box is a good idea. Playing stock standard all the time doesn't always yield the best results in these types of games. Blue tip field growing here. That fused buzzer, gonna kill that there. He's gonna just leave the gunwork at this tip field. Will spot any harvesters that go there. Futurama sending a harvester to that blue Tiberium field. He's not too bothered. He's going for a second war factory as well. Probably going to spam out a bunch of pred tanks and APCs. Pretty good choice. You can't go wrong with preds, really. Bike buggy there will kill the Pipple off Shoktrepet. Shoktrepet, what is he doing? He's going pred tanks of himself. No second war factory down for Shok. Instead, he's put his refinery on the other side of the tip field. That's very smart ref placement. Now the question is, does Rex have enough space to spread his refineries out? Yes, he does. So these guys are playing it well. There's going to be no catastrophic one-click mistakes where one player has put their ref too close together. Lots of bike buggies. Some of those could be decoys, or it could be just that Drive's going for a little bike buggy, probably taking out behind it, going for that tip core upgrade and the chemical plant. He's on 3 refineries. I can just about make it out on his expansion, so we can assume he's taking up behind this, going for that chem plant. Preds and APCs moving in. This is actually a pretty good timing push for Drive. So what he's going to do is he's going to bait the army to go in the tip field while using that tip vein, but these descents may actually thwart that idea. Yeah, these descents are going to completely shut down what those guys had in mind. Well played there by Rex. Going to make use of those R19 descents where they're not utterly useless. A little bit slower than they used to be, but at least they have the same stats value armor-wise compared to the Skrin one. It was silly having them have different stats. Seekers, is this normal for 2v2s to have so many Seekers against GDI? I guess in the Chinese community, where Rex originates from, Seekers against GDI could be a thing. But yeah, they have very... I just don't think their utility later on is a good thing. You need to go for gunwalkers, because then at least those can kill hammerheads, and you can support your tripod army better with those. Infantry as well, also counterable with the gunwalkers. It's interesting how Drive decided to go for the tip spike instead of this completely undefended base. There's 2 watchtowers, but they do a little bit less damage in this patch compared to vehicles. Could have easily killed 2 harvesters. I like that more than the tip spike kill. This is a pretty huge army though for Shoktrepet and Rex. He's moving in. That temporal wormhole is very good as well. I love that. That's an amazing temporal, guys. Oh my god. Hopefully Shoktrepet can actually capitalize on that. He's not actually killing the units inside the bubble. Kill those units, man. They're inside of that bubble. They're going to shoot half the speed. He needs to kill those. They're stacking up even. Look how much splash damage you can get dealt on that. At least Rex is trying to kill this stuff here. Yeah, see, he's just killing those forces. Shoktrepet is deciding not even to bother engaging. But I guess it doesn't even matter. But not the best decision making there by Shok. I still think that Shok is a bit His decision making could be better. He's going for the Reclamator hub. He may get it. It's going to be costly if he doesn't, though. Yeah, these 3 Pred tanks may be able to save this. Remember, in R19, you cannot fence buildings that are at this health, so this may fall. It's going to be really tight. Oh my god, he gets the engineering. Futurama saves it. Shoktrepet loses all of his tanks. Yeah, I knew when I saw the first game and the first part of this game that Shoktrepet just hasn't been making the plays he needs to make. Marv coming out for Shoktrepet. Let's see if he can pull it together, because Rex had a brilliant move there with that temporal wormhole. The Seekers and the Descents were great, but I don't think it did the damage he needed to do there. And now he's got railguns. Shoktrepet has railguns, and he has expended all of his Pred tanks for nothing. Obelisk down for Drive. Now Drive's just going to go 2 MCV Obelisks and shut down this expansion. Marv needs to come out. He has the Marv. Shoktrepet moving in with that. Engineers just walking in. It's going to be difficult to contest this field if a couple more obelisks come down. Refinery did get taken out there. Drive only on the 1 refinery. Cannot easily spam obelisks. That could be his one and only MCV. No, he's got one here. Loads of avatars coming out. I like the beam cannons. Prodigy area mine controls the infantry. Yeah. This Marv needs to do some pretty critical damage now, because that Prodigy just fell for nothing. And this Marv may be doomed. There's no supporting Juggernauts. There's only one Jug, and Rex, his ally, just used phase, so this Marv's probably going to fall. A power plant gets sold for Drive, so another EMP will come down, and this Marv is pretty toast. And I think that's the deciding move, killing this Marv off. Oh my god, the Marv lives. Rex teleported it back, but it's shot. I was about to say, what are you doing? You're going outside to repair that warp chasm. He's actually sending it to his war factory instead. He's not even repairing his Marv. Shoktrepet. This. Come on, man. Please. Just make 1 or 2 good plays. Prodigy, I think it attempted to move in aggressively once again. Not as good as it is in 1v1, though. The aggressive Prodigy. No shock trooper garrisons in this hex spot. That's problematic. Cannot shoot air. It's an epic move, but oh, he's finally getting it healed up now. Yeah, the War Factory repair range is not that great. Maybe in 1.03. I believe in 1.03 it was a bit more. Charles is like, the Skrin is just losing to aircraft. Well, no, I don't want to swear, but yeah, of course, because there's no freaking anti-air. So what do you expect? And any faction that doesn't build anti-air is going to lose to air. It's pretty self-explanatory. Stealth tank out for Drive. No tip core. The Juggernauts fall. 2 Pred tanks there for Shock. He's just hunting these harvesters. Not going to do too much though with that. Rex is really doing all of the heavy weight here. He just cannot catch a break though, because he's now 2v1 essentially. This Marv of Shoktrepet was down at the bottom of the map. You know, the ironic thing is the Skrin has been performing the best of all these players. Pred tanks get cleaned up, and this is looking like a win for Futurama and Drive once more. So it's going to be a 2-0. Could have easily been a win, I feel, for Shoktrepet and Rex with that Descent Seeker attack in the bottom of the map. And then that Pred tank army, which couldn't quite kill the Reclamator hub. Wasn't a good idea to stick around. He had the railgun upgrade only after he lost his 8 Pred tanks. Imagine if he had kept those alive just a little bit longer. This Marv's dead. It's going to be... Oh, he's going to use the phase. Rex has that available to him, but He needs to win this field over in convincing fashion. Shock needs to use a shockwave artillery and EMP these 3 and somehow kill all of those without losing anything. Something needs to go drastically wrong for the team on the right, for Shoktrepet and Rex to take this game. Marv is getting resources by harvesting this field while phased, but the thing is, he's getting really close to the MCV, and that means Drive can just draft things for days. Yes, Rex is more alert than even Shock. Shock went too far in there. The Juggernauts need to kill the Marv instead of mess around. Rex takes over those 2 avatars. That's nice. Nice work there. And he can also teleport those back to his Prodigy. I would do that now, man. Teleport those back to the base of the Prodigy. Holy crap, this guy is on fire today. Absolutely crazy plays coming out of Rex. Takes over the Venom, kills the 2 avatars. The Marv lives just about. The Prodigy could teleport in something else. Does he have a tripod to teleport? Oh no, he's going to get killed now. Yeah, it has a sniper and team inside of it. That's how that died as soon as it opened fire. Pretty good plays by Rex. Shoktrepet definitely needs to do better in the next game. Rex, I have not very much to say. He played well. Rex did well. I mean, he played perfect. I can't fault his plays, but they just didn't capitalize on what they were doing. Like the army that was in that temporal wormhole, for me, was more important than the harvesters in the tip field. You needed to kill all those units in there, because then after you've killed all that, you've got this huge army and there's nothing to oppose it. I just don't think this is a good idea, going Black Hand against Mark of Kane and Traveler. Mark of Kane definitely beats Black Hand. There's no question about that. Avatars, $2,200, supercharged particle beams, kills infantry. I mean, that's really it, isn't it? You got cheaper avatars and advanced anti-infantry turrets. That's all you need to kill Black Hand. Black Hand has purifiers, but they cost more resources, which means Black Hand's going to have less of them to counter the mock player. And remember, infantry are just no good because of those turrets. Pretty easy. That's all it boils down to. Anyways, in this game we have Mark of Kane for Shoktrepet. Hopefully he can play a little bit better this time. Last game I was a bit critical of him, but I feel like it was justified given the plays that I saw. His ally Rex is hoping to get a game in the score sheet. He's going to be playing as the purple Traveler 59, and at the top we have Drive as the green Steel Talon. I was about to say GDI, but he picked Steel Talons. Now Drive, he does like to do those fancy V35 MRT strats where he lifts them up and just be's a nuisance with them. He's going to do that and just allow Futurama to eco up and do what he wants. But the question is it going to work against Skrin? Skrin Anti-Air is very powerful, and if he goes for those flying MRTs, a couple Gunwalkers will kill it. No one went for the tip spike in the middle, which is very curious. Ooh, I don't know about that. That's not going to work, because the Skrin Harvesters can't be crushed. This is just not going to work. Harvesters are levitating. They don't get crushed by Titans, which means this attack is not going to do anything. There's even a portal powered down, so disintegrators can be made to counter this. Drive may be donating a game to Rex and Shoktrepet. Let's see if Rex can scout what's coming. We can go to his point of view here so we can see. He does not know what's coming, so this may actually take him by surprise. He's not scouting. To be fair, he's probably not even expecting a Titan If this flame tank comes in as well, then that's going to maybe do some damage. Shoktrepet beacons. Needs to get down a laser turret. He sees everything that's coming. There's a Capessa Cabal inside of that portal. But the thing is, there's Mark of Kane. Yeah, Mark of Kane can sell off buildings. Rear damage coming down on that flame tank. Photon cannon as well will shut that down. Shoktrepet doing a little bit better here, defending his ally, even here with a couple bikes. That's going to shut that down attack really hard. That attack did not work as I knew it would. And he's even going to spot the other flame tank. Yeah, see? He's going to kill this. As long as he doesn't lose those bikes to the flame tank. Nice kills there by Shoktrepet. That's what I like to see. Shoktrepet doing better there. It's going to allow Rex to eco and recover from that pretty nicely. Drives very behind, I imagine. He's going for a forward 2-war factory, but Rex has already beaconed it. I guess he's going cultists. He's already got cultists out. Man, he's way ahead of me here, isn't he? Cultists are out for Rex. Now, I don't think those guys on the right even know that cultists are on the map. Remember, his ally, Futurama, is Black Hand, so he can't go Venoms. He just no countering this. There's no countering this. The AMCV is going to get... Oh, that's devastating. He got the MCV, he couldn't deploy. That's just devastating. He can sell this off, get the resources, and yeah. Nicely done. And if he's extra boss, he can just send that engineer and take over Drive's tip spike. Look at him go. Or he can even repair his photon cannon with that engineer for extra points. No. Yeah, he's going to do it. Oh, yes, he does it. Extra boss. Good. I don't know. It's not going to do anything, but I mean, I like it. I like the plays. Oh. Double O. There's a temporal wormhole as well. Oh my god, both textures are they're both close together. Oh, the cultists are coming in. That 10% speed nerf though is going to make it so this freaking flame tank is going to kill the tech. Rex is down to tier 1. That's the thing about Black Hand, that those singular flame tanks can bring it back very quickly. But the thing is, I don't think Rex really can lose at this point because he killed the MCV of Drive. Drive does have his MCV back out, but yeah, surprisingly Rex, he doesn't have an army. Ooh, nice buzzer swarm though. Takes out a nice chunk of infantry. Futurama with that flame tank, bringing it back. Shoktrepet though has a second refinery down. I'm not sure what happened to this one. Flame tanks potentially didn't quite get it. You know what surprises me? No Scorpion tanks. Scorpion tanks have 25% armor now with the Dozer blades, which is really good because you can kill Titans with those, I'm pretty sure. Plus, whatever Black Hand throws at you can just kill and crush anyways with those. So it's makes no sense to me how he's not building Scorps over. I mean, Scorps is the way to go in my opinion. It would also solidify this position down here against the Steel Talon push. Speaking of Steel Talon push, I guess Rex doesn't mind sending the flame tank that side because he will spot the units heading his way. Disintegrators out for Rex. There's a big infantry spam there. Rex is actually a bit split up. Doing good though. Able to defend this off. I don't think that the mock player really needs assistance with anti-infantry. Shoktrepet's about to get that supercharged particle beam upgrade. No quad turrets, unfortunately. May as well get it at this point. It's just going to make it even harder for the Black Hand player to win. Oh, one click though. Goes down on Drive's expansion. Just going to delay Drive's recovery in this game. He's just been in recovery mode since that early game rush failed. Harvester pulled off the line. I'm going to bring up the help bar so we see what's going on there. He does have Titans Drive, but that's really it. He doesn't have a whole lot else. And the moment the trap player gets down the tech, the tier 3, you're going to see Devastator warships come out and tripods, and that's going to be it. Man, that sound always makes me paranoid when I'm playing Skrin. Because I'm pretty sure it's the exact same sound when you lose your drone ship. It's pretty frustrating. Prodigy was in there. Rex. Is that a storm column you have queued? I hope it is, because you're getting pushed by a lot. Though these laser turrets may be enough to fend this back. Futurama is starting to collect that blue Tiberium in the middle, and somehow Drive is still in this game. Shoktrepet has not yet capitalized on this huge advantage that they both have. No quad turrets yet. He's going double MCV and has not yet got that quad turret upgrade. Disappointing. No spike for neither side. Looks like Shoktrepet did lose his spike though. Prodigy comes out once again. Devastated warships. Tripods. I mean, I could kind of see this coming a mile away. Now what Drive's going to do here most likely is he's going to take up to tier 3 and go for jugs. But I guess he can't, so he's going to have to spam out a load of tier 1 units and hope for the best. Hope that Futurama can do something in this time. Supercharged particle beams is now done for Shoktrepet. That's what we like to see. That means the infantry's a no-go. The Redeemer's out for Shoktrepet. Should just... I mean, he should be just able to just move in there and kill the whole lot. Now, Rex does have the priority, so he can teleport back the wounded tripod, which I think is what he's going to do. He likes doing that. You can also do the same for his ally's Redeemer. So this Redeemer can just go in there, cause a lot of damage, and then just get teleported back. Or he could just walk in there. His ally uses phase and just tries to crush all the harvests with the phased Redeemer. Flame tank for Futurama, but there's an obelisk there being queued by Shoktrepet. Shoktrepet needs avatars, but he's got Venoms. I like Venoms in this position because it's very probable that Drive would go for a last-ditch Hammerhead switch, which did not happen. But yeah, this Redeemer, did it use Rage? I don't know if it did. This is going to be a game 3 victory for Shoktrepet and Rex. They're going to bring this series back. I'd like to see. It's, to be fair, last game they should have had it as well. Ooh. It's going to be pretty clutch. Guess the tech. Okay, Futurama kills the tier 3. That's nice. No one has really established themselves on this expansion, so despite the look of things, is it over? I mean, I think it is, because, yeah, Futurama doesn't have any epic unit. There's now a Redeemer and a Hexpod out now for both Shoktrepet and his ally. Devastator warships, planetary assault carriers, that sort of jazz is what those guys need to start building now. All this Prodigy's going to get killed if he's not paying attention. He can actually go inside of this building. Yeah. Prodigy moving in. Going to take that MCV over. Gets the snipe. The thing is, I feel like if Rex didn't capture that MCV in the start, these guys maybe would have lost this game. Shoktrepet feel like he needs to go more for units rather than 2 MCVs. In R19, that's not really as good as it once was. And I'm surprised that this army has been allowed to push in as far as it did. See, the Scorpion tanks, what I mentioned before, if he went Scorpion tanks with Dozer Blades, this here would just get totally wrecked. Completely and utterly destroyed. These flame tanks around the side as well wouldn't have been able to accomplish much. It just makes sense to me. Against the Steel Talons and Blackhand player to go for a bunch of Scorpion tanks. MCV gets sniped and this base is actually going to fall. And the team on the left will establish an expansion. Drive getting down a crane, so he's not quite dead. There are two epic units, however, so they're not going to give it in. Despite this base being taken out. Yeah, that's a nice Tib Vapor Bomb. Okay, that's pretty good. That's going to thin the force out enough to take all out these Scorps out. The Venoms as well are just going to kill the low health Scorps. Futurama really got more than what he could have asked for out of that with the few units that he had. Shoktrepet going to take out the last of the tanks. Double A turret, he needs to watch out for that. Venom's going to stack up and take splash damage. Otherwise, loses one of the Venoms. Triple War Factory for Shock, for Futurama. No Dozer Blades for him. Drive has Hammerheads out, so this is just going to stall the inevitable. Because it's not a surprise Hammerhead attack. He gave away the element of surprise, so he now needs to make use of these Hammerheads before anti-air comes down in force. And believe you me, it will, because there are shard launchers out for the Scrin player. No shard launchers, never mind. That's okay. Not that it would... I mean, yeah, it would kill those. It's still ridiculous, even with a nerf. Hexapod for Rex. Rex, where is the Redeemer? Shoktrepet has had this Redeemer, but he just has not really made use of it. How could he have destroyed it? There was no units. Oh my god, did he really lose the Redeemer to the Hammerheads? These guys are recovering. The Hammerheads are increasing in numbers, and this game, it just looks like it's slipping. Like it did in the previous game. What was an unlosable game is now beginning to slip, I feel. Shoktrepet has this expansion. No expansion refinery for Rex. Although these Venoms may kill the Hammerheads. That's nice. That's what we want from Shoktrepet, though it may not even be enough. He's going to kill 2 more. That's nice. He does thin out the Hammerhead numbers a bit more. These guys need to move in, I feel, with a drone ship, though. That's going to be problematic with beam cannons. At least there are no Venoms for Black Hand, so you can't use the beam cannon reflector ability and just kill the units over this impassable terrain. Hammerheads once again. Flame tank. Oh, the Redeemer's on the right side. What is it doing over here? What is it doing over here? He needs this Redeemer to be killing this base. Doing something. Attacking where it needs to be attacking. Rex, he's left up here alone. But I think it's going to be enough. He's over here. He's going to kill this force. The Hammerheads are going to respond. Shockwave artillery about to come down, but yeah, it's just going to stall it. Rex has phase. He can just phase this, and that support power has been countered. The Hammerheads are going to try and do some damage here. Gunwalkers are just going to run through this orbital strike. The tripods will fall, though. And this Gunwalker army just crushing through. The tripods still just about live. Nice control from Drive. He's going to kill the rest of the tripods harvesters. That's pretty lucky there. He didn't get his harvester crushed. This is pretty dire, but can he do it? Can he do it? That's the question. I don't know if he can. This Hammerhead's just going to get sniped by the Hexapod the moment it comes out of phase. He's got a disc in there. Can shoot aircraft. No EMP grenades for Drive. This Redeemer's going to get chased back by the infantry, though there is a Tib Trooper in this Redeemer, which may make it enough to survive this. He can use the Cloaking Field, man. He can sell his tech center right now and Cloaking Field this infantry and save his Redeemer. Oh. If he just used it on the infantry, that would have been better. Nonetheless, he gets away, but a bit of a gamble, I think, using it on that. Right, so it's not over yet. Not over yet. These husks are going to get captured. No Buzzsaw coming down to stop it. Drive's going to get himself 2 tripods. Devastator warships, though, are out for Rex. He gets the Traveler engines. I like it. I like it. He's going to send those in and kill this infantry and eradicate this base up here. Power grid for Futurama up in the top. Rex controls the bottom right spike. Most of this field has been eaten by Shock, but he doesn't have much units. That's what I don't understand. He's going for Venoms once again, yeah. Dev ship's moving a little bit too far forward. The Venoms, okay, this is nice. He can kill all of these infantry. And with that, I think the team on the left will maybe call it. I don't quite know. They just don't have anything to tank damage, whereas Shock and Rex have both their epic units alive. That Hexpod was teleported back to base with the Mastermind. Hammerhead's moving in. I like Drive's control. His control has been what's kept these guys alive this whole time. His Hammerhead micro is just insane. That's why I've kept the health bars on this whole time, so we can see Drive's Hammerhead control in action. Those Venoms just haven't been able to counter those Hammerheads because there's a heroic rocket squad inside. I think at this point, stealth tanks is the way to go, personally. Avatars are going to get stranded and killed. Very nice. And now Futurama has an army established once again. Hammerheads are doing some major damage. And the Firehawks are going to provide nice anti-air support against the Venoms. So suddenly, this game has just turned again. The Hammerhead army has been replenished. It's this Hexapod though. Oh, it's a drone ship teleport. Yeah, he's going to base crawl with the drone platform. Did the beam cannon survive from before? I don't think they did. This AA turret is going to kill all... Never mind, that's Shoktrepet's Venoms. These are going to get destroyed. I'm not sure what he was hoping to achieve there. This is all bad for Drive because this is going to put his... Never mind, he kills the MCV. He kills the MCV but loses both of his tripods. Was that worth it? I don't know, maybe. This Prodigy is just teleporting in drone ships though. This time he gets in the Hexpod, tries to crush the Harvesters but only gets one. These Harvesters are all stacked up though for the Hexapod's weapon to just carve in all that damage. Hammerheads, really what is left for these guys. Tech down for Futurama. Can he get a Redeemer out after all that? He puts it up here, maybe fearful that he would lose that Redeemer engineering facility. Hammerhead even gets damaged by the Catalyst missile. Didn't do as much damage as I thought. Redeemer uses the Rage Gen. It's pretty pathetic, isn't it? Let's be real. There's damage on the Tib Trooper garrison. Probably quicker just stomping all over these infantry rather than just sitting there and shooting them. Venom's gonna come in. This one could go heroic. Yeah, look at that. Heroic Venom. I think that Hammerhead with the heroic rocket inside has its days numbered. This heroic Venom is just going to eat it for breakfast. It's just going to go in there and take it out. As providing that... Yeah, these guys are in firm control now. The Venom army is simply too massive. Drive would need a godly supersonic airstrike to deal with this. But I've counted them out before, and I'm not going to do it again. There's so many Hammerheads, but the Venoms are just going to go ahead and do so much damage to this. Yeah, Drive, he's going to call it quits. He's not going to lose his Hammerheads. That's going to be GG. So after all that, Shoktrepet and Rex finally take the game. So well done to them. They get themselves a point on the scoreboard. It's now 2-1 in favor of Drive and Futurama. Anyway, in the bottom, we have, once again, looks like we got no switch up from these guys. It's going to be Rex. He's going to be playing as Skrin or Traveler. Skrin. He's going to Skrin this time. Probably sick of his Prodigy dying a million times. He's going to be playing as Skrin. Probably wants the shields on his dev ships and his tripods because he's like, yeah, these micro strats are not as rewarding as what they are in 1v1. So instead of going for this mind control, I'm just going to build Seekers, Gunwalkers, Devastators, all that stuff. Get the shields for them. And that's going to work out better for me. Plus, I lost to that Flame Tank last game. So maybe I want the Devourer tank. That's probably his thinking. Anyway, his ally will be Shoktrepet. He's going to be playing as the Marked of Kane. Marked of Kane. Right hand side, Drive as the green GDI. And Futurama finally as the Scrin. Two Scrins, hey? Fascinating. Is Charles still in the chat? Charles probably disappeared because he can't accept. He's in denial that Scrin has this much representation. It is not a bad faction. He won't accept that it is a good faction and that tripods have always done their job. He won't accept it. This is not 1.03. This is proper patch. So things are not broken. But yeah, this is going to be Tiberian something. I can't remember the name. There was two names. One name was similar to the 1v1 name for the 2v2 map. Palantis, Tiberium Palantis, I'm going to guess it's called. Epic lighting nonetheless. Very nice lighting on this map, especially with that GDI shader. Look at that self-illumination on that harvester there. You can see the green tib in it, which is, I guess, somewhat useful maybe. The thing I don't like about this map is the fences. These fences here constrict infantry. Makes it good for buzzers. I don't think infantry can shoot through fences. I could be wrong. They shouldn't be able to. Harvester for Rex. He's going to go ahead and grab this blue Tiberium. This is one of the two blue fields on this map. There's another one up here. And there's a lot of detail because this is a Predator map. Look at the detail on this map. Pred just made some art pieces. He was an artist when it came to maps. We were spoiled as a community with all of those amazing maps that he made. Just eco for Shock. He's got a lot of bikes out to contest and to defend his allies' harvester. Drive out of a couple of Predator tanks. He is down here, curiously. He decided not to go to his natural expansion. Instead, deciding to go for a 2-ore factory push. Now, was this spotted? I'm going to go to Shoktrepet's view. He does not yet know that there is something coming. He's going for a 4th refinery. Rex is completely oblivious to this. The two Seekers will detect a Pred, but there's nothing really fishy about that, is there? I'm going to turn these hit bars off because this is just annoying with all these structures. That's just distracting. 3 Pred tanks, 4 drive. This is kind of off-putting. I don't think that these guys have the faintest idea of what is heading their way. Is Predator the same guy? Predator is the guy. He's the best map maker of all time, okay? That's all you need to know. He's a legend. He made lots of good maps for C&C3. Seekers out now for Futurama. He's going for Seekers. Just going to distract while Drive gets down some damage on this base. Now, Rex is on tier 3. He's going for that shield upgrade, one can presume. Dev Tank will spot the expansion. Will get sniped. Not going to trade for anything. 3 disintegrators for Futurama. He's just going to patrol this Tiv field, prevent any player from harvesting it. And what has Shoktrepet been up to this whole while? He's going for a tier 3. He's upgrading, I don't know, probably, if I were to guess, he's going for supercharged particle beams. He lost all of his bikes, unless he's building stealth tanks. I can't see that though. There's too many Seekers out on this map. Will get one bike around just to scout the whole map. He's going to see everything that's coming. Futurama and Drive, they have not taken much damage this game and they're powering up. Drive is getting down some serious eco in the bottom here. And when this field depletes, he's going to be able to harvest this field. Oh, nice Tiv vein by Shoktrepet. Gets a nice chunk of those units. If a stealth tank was here, could snipe all of these harvesters and that would put Drive in a very precarious position. Shard Seekers moving in Where is Shoktrepet's army? He's got one avatar. Harvest is being pulled by Rex. Rex nowhere to be seen. He's going to start killing these pred tanks, which is really nice. Tripod getting low on health. Let's see if he can do something about this. He's probably trying to micro his harvesters, but he was able to teleport back those forces. Shoktrepet, these avatars need to kill those harvesters and take out those seekers. Harvesters were all saved. Nice work there. Trades a lot of units. And now Drive is going to get down his second ref. He's not on tier 3. In fact, he's not even on tier 2, I believe. Mastermind just walking through. Alright, he just doesn't care at all. He's just walking through this base. He's going to go ahead and see if he can take over this drone ship. If he does, then wow, that should not work. But we shall see. But he's gonna micro this. Lag spike may help him. Lag spike's gonna help him. That was just convenient timing there. These guys are gonna be. Oh my god, they must be so tilted. That lag spike, guys. Did you see that? That lag just allowed him to make the epic reflex. Drive's like, oh my god, this. Oh, it's still going. Oh my god, this is just insane. He's gonna keep going. He's still alive. Shockingly, he's gonna die now. Bloody hell. This Rex, man, even versus me, how he does that is anyone's guess, to be frank. 2 tripods to Rex. He's just walking through this base again. Magic powers, yeah. He just went in the fog of war and dodged everything. What is... yeah, Shock's going for... He's going for a Redeemer. There's a freaking Redeemer. Oh my god. There's no anti-air either. Those guys were just so preoccupied with killing with that mastermind that they forgot everything else that's happening. Actually, the huge freaking army. Rex uses the stasis shield. Will temporarily halt this attack. Now, if I was Shocked, what I would do here is put down a barracks, get down Awaken, and just EMP this. He needs to get this EMP'd. Devastator, though, is an issue. There's no reinforcements. This base is gone. There's just no reinforcement for Shock. Where's his army? There's a mastermind here. He's going to teleport in the Redeemer, right? Teleport in the Redeemer. Dude, teleport in the Redeemer. This is so awkward to watch. Did the hexapod come out? It did. Is he going to teleport that in? Drive sails up. He sails up this base. He's going to use the... Oh my god, if he uses the teleport units on this, that's going to be insane. Oh man, that's such a juicy teleport units target there. Could teleport in those 3 avatars in the Redeemer. He would have 5 avatars in the Redeemer with no stasis shield to worry about. So he could use the rage generator and just finish off the remainder of the units. Drive essentially has nothing. He's got these pred tanks. There's a big attack coming in. The mastermind needs to teleport in this Redeemer. The rage is critical in this engagement, the rage generator. But he may have lost the masterminds before the Redeemer. Where is it? It's way away from this base. The Redeemer is far away. There it is. Oh, but then the stasis shield comes down from Futurama. Futurama is just going to go ahead and approach the Redeemer with his tripods and EMP it. This pred army is taking damage. Mag minefield comes down on those tripods. We're going to bring up this health bar here. These tripods are really low on health. Futurama should get down the reconstruction drones and try and deal with this. Shredder turrets coming down. C-Tiberium, that's the last thing you need right now. Shoktrepet, you need to be killing this force off. The Redeemer's about to get close range EMP'd. The tripod is here. Oh, I was a bit too preemptive in my... Oh my god, did he use the rage gen before that actually happened? He did. But Futurama's not going to pay for it as much as I thought he would. Don't move into the tripods. No. No, man, you shouldn't do that. He's moving in to these tripods instead of walking away. In fact, this Redeemer, for some reason, is not EMP'd yet. Futurama, he is not even bothering about it. But there's another army back there. That actually reinforcement for Rex. Rex is coming in with this army. The Disintegrators will halt this attack. Vertigo bombers coming in, trying to attack this. The Redeemer's going to live. It's a full health Redeemer. Those tripods are ripe for being destroyed. The disintegrators are what is stalling this advance of this army. And what is Rex going to do here? He loses his mastermind. Futurama kills that. The Redeemer still EMP. The thing is that if you EMP more than one tripod, it's never going to come out of EMP. So he needs to let it unphase, which he does, but he doesn't actually kill the Redeemer in the end. So this force is going to fall. There's not enough disintegrators. This hexapod is also going to give Rex money. This whole army is just going to go into the bank balance of Rex. That was an insane engagement there. Wow. 2v2 sometimes produce some fantastic games and moments, I will admit. More visceral compared to the 1v1. That was just crazy. But it's not over yet, guys. Look at this. There's still an army for Drive and Futurama. But there's a rage just went off. And did they acquire the Redeemer before the rage happened? I don't think they did. These tripods are killing all these forces. One dev ship falls. These Devastators are really what he needs to keep alive to kill the infantry there. Do the infantry have composite armor? No composite armor for Drive. He's got a Leap Red Tank. If this goes heroic, maybe could do something, but nah, there's just so many tripods, man. Plus Rex is going to get down expansion. He is total boss. Redeemer is also just going to get teleported back as well. This guy, I'm not sure if he plays 2v2 on his server, but he just seems really like experienced. He knows what to do. His scrin is some of the best scrin I have seen. And we haven't seen a scrin player. So Charles, if Charles is watching this, this is proof. This disproves everything that Charles has ever said. Another rage gen goes off. Oh, that is just crippling. That did so much damage. 3 of the tripods going really low on health. Yeah, that's a problem. The hexapod's going to come out though. Futurama gets out his hexapod. The tripods are still alive. But thing is, what's his name? Rex's hex has not been attacking. He needs to get that in the front. He needs to get resources. EMP grenades is going to come online. What? No EMP grenades. He built 2-3 grenades, but he didn't even get the upgrade. That's terrible. Also, notice how the hexapod is buffing the rockets. They're glowing purple. They're getting a 25% armor buff by that hexapod. It was always in the game, only I added a special effects to the infantry that are affected, so you guys can visualize what units are affected by that buff. It's the same radius as the recycler range. That's a big tripod wall. Drone ship's just gonna, it's just gone. It's gone. Ration is recycled once again. Oh, holy crap! These rations are just crushing this army. 4 tripods, but the thing is, there's engineers being reinforced in here. This is going to be a really close fight. The units are coming in. EMP grenades, in fact, were researched. This army may fall. It's going to be extremely tight. These tripods are really close together. Phase field comes down. Stasis shield comes down. Needs to phase field the tripods, I feel. Needs to EMP that hexapod as well. Oh my god, he gets the EMP off. This is so tight. This is really freaking tight, okay. There's engineers coming in to reclaim the tripod husks. Disintegrators are an issue because there's not enough anti-infantry. The reinforcement devastators may be enough. The freaking vertigos are coming in. Hexapod phased, as well as Rex's hexapod. Both of these guys are getting reinforcements for this. 2 avatars there probably were used by the... How does he have 2 avatars? I don't understand that. He must have... I don't understand how... he must have just reclaimed the husks. This fight... Who's winning this fight? Who is winning this fight? I have absolutely no clue. There's 2 tripods there on low health. This hexapod's pretty low on health. The disintegrators are causing so much damage. The hexapod may live for Futurama. The Redeemer fell as well. And this fight is going to go in favor of Futurama. Rex has an expansion in the bottom right. Oh my god. No way. Did they just win that? Wow. Are you serious? I thought that force was unstoppable. These guys just pulled it out of nowhere. Rex, he's got this whole field to harvest. Let's just not call it yet. Let's not call it yet. The Hexapod is still alive, but he used his phase. He's going to lose his Hexapod. But the thing is, I think it would have been difficult to move his MCV in anyways. Those guys had the defender's advantage. Probably shouldn't have pushed in. That was a little bit of a mistake by Rex. Nonetheless, though, pretty epic game from both sides. That was a really, really nice game. Came down to the wire. Had no clue who was going to win throughout the majority of that match. So, wow, that was just great. Despite the Futurama and Drive taking that game, I don't mind seeing games like that. No switch up from either side. You know, you'd expect with the two scrim players that the matchup would be boring, but it's actually turning out to be really fun. Anyway, in this game here, we got the same factions, same colors, same players once again. The only difference will be this is going to be on Ice Arena. The losers picks in this series. It is a best of 9. Currently leading in this is Drive and Futurama, who are currently in the bottom at the bottom of this map. Futurama, he's been playing as the cyan Scrin, his ally Drive as the green GDI. This is a panda map. Of course, people love playing panda maps, I've noticed. He is very proud of it as well. I keep hearing from him. In the top left of this map will be Shoktrepet as the red marked of Kane and Rex as the Scrin. Hopefully they don't get tilted by that loss. It is easy to feel frustrated going into the next game after losing a game that was easily winnable. I say easily, but Rex had an expansion which he didn't even harvest. There was no real reason for him to push out and attack. I feel like they could have done a few things differently there, but so could have Drive and Futurama. Very close game. Let's see if this game will be equally as close or if we shall see some sort of a rush or all-in from either side. We could see a 2v1 situation from Futurama and Drive. They may decide to go ahead and double team the player in the top, which is doable on this map. Look how far away it is from this position to this position. This is sort of the double team map. I like Traveler more on this map for that reason, because you can defend your ally better with Traveler 59 and you can also attack as well. I feel like you need that strong early to mid game on this map. Scrin can do it, but they're a little slower. Seeker's a little bit lightly armored. Futurama not paying attention, may lose all of his buzzers there to the Awaken. Surprisingly, none of those Awaken died, though they will now, though, to the Watchtower. Could have EMP'd it again. Could have kept those alive, but I don't think it would have mattered. Wow. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. He just sold his MCV instead of the what? He just sold it. He didn't go out at the sell mode. He sold his MCV as well as the Watchtower. That was, I've never seen that before. Well, I guess they win.
Rigged, ready to move out.
I guess they win now. Though, to be fair, Shoktrepet went for the bike rush and didn't do anything with it. He did kill the MCV with the bikes. So maybe it worked. Drive gets down. That, I thought it's an ingenious rush. Yeah, it is, because he made him sell his construction yard. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, that's going to put Drive behind just by a bit. He wasn't building harvesters, remember, during this whole time. Shoktrepet. He's going to get down his third refinery despite bike rushing. The bikes are coming in once again. There's just no defense here. Drive's queuing another harvester. He's going to lose a harvester here. He's going to be kicking himself after this game. He's going to be like, how could I have let this happen? Oh, what? Oh, no, man. You got to kill this harvester. It was right there. He could have killed it. Shoktrepet instead is more focused on killing a refinery, which is going to spawn the harvester anyways, because he's just going to power it online and get the harvester out. Doesn't matter though. Drive has not yet got this harvester out and harvesting. He's still on the back foot. Shok has an expansion established. He's got 3 harvesters on this expansion. And Rex has been completely untouched. He's got 4 harvesters, I think, on his expansion field. Some random master synths. No, those are Futurama master synths. These Scorps are dead though. They are dead meat. He may kill the harvester of Futurama, but this is precisely the sort of plays that Shok needs to make for Futurama and Drive to get back in this. They're on track, giving Drive and Futurama breathing space. They're doing a good job in throwing this one after that. Is that a big enough spread for the Catalyst? I think it is. A counterattack for Futurama, not going to do too much, but I guess it's better than him being contained in his base. He's going to attack from 2 sides. Shok is unprepared for what's coming. There's 5 Seekers and Descents. This is pretty this is going to be pretty bad, because what Futurama is going to do is he's going to put down the reconstruction drones here, and these Seekers are not going to fall. But never mind, I guess, because it busts a swarm. Oh my god. Oh my god. This guy has the best mastermind control of all, man. How did he do that? How did he do? Oh no. No way. No way. Oh, he's gonna do it again. Oh, he gets away. Oh, dude, this is just crazy. These mastermind plays, I've not seen them before like this. No quad turrets yet for Shoktrepet. He's upgrading something. Stasis is the tech. Why would he stasis the tech? What? Shok. I'm so confused. What's happening? Okay, there's a 1-click coming down on one player. He's trying to kill Drive off. He's recovered. I think their plan was to kill Drive, but it's kind of not working now. When that shard comes online, it's going to be a problem. It's all up to these disintegrators here. I think they got a bit cocky after that snipe of the MCV, which they shouldn't have had. I think they're going to throw this game. That's impressive, considering that Drive sold his MCV for them. 2 gunwalkers will be teleported in to defend this off. Maybe it was all part of the plan. Drive just, he just wanted to establish dominance and prove that he can win with sending his MCV in the beginning. Redeemer, though, will be coming out for Shok. I'm surprised he's been given this room to make this Redeemer, because, quite frankly, this army can move in and kill this. There's not enough there to defend. If those are shields... If that's the shard... No, he didn't get the shard. He went for the other upgrade instead. The shard launchers would have been able to kill that all for him. Maybe not, because... No, never mind, because there was that. Tiberium vein detonate. Oh, is this going to go down? Oh! That was super clutch as well. That could have killed a sonic emitter, which is pretty anticlimactic, but yeah. Let's pretend that it was something more. Reconstruction drones maybe here. Shard launchers, though, is done for Rex. There's a Marv. Is this a Marv? Yeah, it's a Marv. He's going to get that out. He's camping this field. Futurama is going to camp this field, though. This army's being torn apart. Obelisk will hold the line. Redeemer comes out. The Marv also comes out as well for Drive. Rex, he needs some other way of doing this attack. Futurama's a bit split up now. He's instead going to defend, drive off. Unlucky Vapor Bomb indeed, almost killing that base. Futurama going to come to the aid of his ally. I feel like this is a mistake, moving out with no real anti-infantry support. This is, you know what's going to happen here? Futurama is just going to be like, okay, I'll put down a portal and make disintegrators. That's what he's going to be like. He's just going to pull his forces back. There's 3 tripods and now a hexapod. If there's a mastermind now, that's just not going to do anything. What Rex should do, Shock should do, is use the cloaking field and cloak this Redeemer. Or if he's been paying attention to R19 Patch Notes, he can use the disruption pod power, pay a measly $300 and get 4 minutes of stealth on that Redeemer. It also cloaks units around the Redeemer, so it's even better than a cloaking field. Those Venoms are nice though, because that's going to prevent the Devastators from just walking across the map and destroying something like a tier 3, which does happen more often than you think in 2v2 matches. 6 of these Venoms just flying by, just taking a peek at what's going on. Drive has stabilized in this game. He's going for Jux. Yeah, that's normal. Oh my god, that's disgusting, isn't it? Oh, that counter thing comes down. He's going to start using the teleport to Hexalame, which, I mean, that's not... It's part of the game. It's part of the game, okay? For all of you who think that it's OP, just remind Charles that Skrin isn't, you know, bad. Because I'm sure he's maybe watching this. That's how many Seekers? 4, 7, 8, 9 Seekers. I'm not going to do anything though. There's a Sonic emitter probably about to come down. It's going to tear up all those Seeker tanks. This army was all cloaked. This is all cloaked here. The problem is... No, there's no problem because his ally can phase all this. Rex can phase these units if they're out of position. This is just too many shots. He's going to donate his whole army. This is not good. Oh my god. No, use the Rage Gen. And he has to teleport this out. I bet Rex is like, you didn't do that, did you? Now this is going to force Rex to make some decisions that he probably didn't want to make. He was fine just sitting back there camping this field. Shoktrepet moved out. There was no need for him to come out this far of his base. Oh god, that's a mistake. That's just giving resources to Futurama. Futurama's like, yeah, thank you very much. I'll take that Tiberium. Phase field comes down on this army. That means the Redeemer can maybe go ahead and... Or the Redeemer's phased and cloaked. Does this retain its cloak? No, because there's a Seeker there. If he kills that, there is a chance. There's Enlightened out. What? That's Enlightened come in through the wormhole with the hexapod. Oh man, if he EMPs this stuff here, that's the greatest play I've ever seen. If he somehow pulls this off, Enlightened just being thrown away though, that's unfortunate. Sonic a bit, oh my god, Drive took over the refinery. He's been up to no good here. There's a massive army for Futurama moving into this base. The Redeemer and Avatar army is now contesting against overwhelming firepower. The hexapod, where was it teleported back to? I don't know, but these 2 Sonic emitters are just being a pain in the ass, aren't they? Mastermind moving in. What he's going to do is just... Oh, I see what he's going to do. He's going to move in under the disguise of the disruption tower and teleport in the tripod and EMP this mark. That's what he's going to do, right? Pack comes out. That's the worst thing what the things want to see. Shoktrepet needs to beacon until... He needs to save this Redeemer. Mastermind needs to teleport this Redeemer away. He should use the beacon. Beacons exist for a reason. He's not Shoktrepet. That's just lazy. He should have done that. The mastermind's right there, I think, unless he lost it. That's possible as well. This army's crushing through this base. Look at this army. This is just unstoppable. There's a Hexbot there that has gone veteran. A couple Avatar husks, which are stealth, by the way, because they retain that stealth when they're husks even, which is what I didn't know before. Hexbot corrupted heal rate has been reduced in R19, not as much as before. These two Sonic Emitters looked like they were destroyed by the dev ship. Firehawks just decide to, you know, set their bombs off on that, I guess so. And lots of resources coming in for this hexapod, as you saw there. The last shot on the construction yard gave it $525. Not a measly sum. This hexapod enjoying some nice healing in the south. Stealth as well. This is very annoying. This is the sort of thing that's going to make it very difficult for Futurama to win, because he doesn't know what he's attacking into, and it's possible that Shock is just going to build a lot of Enlighten, which is what I would do at this point. Enlighten squads all day long. Husks being reclaimed. Was a misclick. Yeah, we know. It wasn't part of his strategy. So that is game number 6. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember how many games. It's 3-3 though at the moment, I'm pretty sure. So these guys are level, I believe. Skrin, Marked of Kane, GDI. Rex is great in 2v2s indeed. Cannot disagree with that. He did a fantastic job that game, though really it should have been an easier game than what it was. I think this minimap could have been a bit softer. There's a couple Photoshop filters you can apply to make these minimaps look better in game, because there was a technique used to make the minimap softer. And yeah. Anyway, nonetheless, it's going to be Futurama down here as the Cyan GDI, Skrin, and his ally Drive as the green GDI. In the top, who won that last game? Hopefully they... No Leaf, do not start with the biases. We hope that both sides do well. But I think they're the underdogs in this series. So, yeah. We got Purple Rex. He's going to be playing as Skrin, his ally. Shoktrepet as that red Marked of Kane. Are there any tier spikes on this map? There's one up here. Is there one nearer to each other's base, or is it just one per player? There's one on this side, one on the bottom. So I think there's 4 spikes in total. There's a blue field in the middle, and there's 1 spike here as well. So 6 spikes on this map. These are contested. The others are not. I haven't played on this map before. Interesting tip field layout. There's 2 small tip fields that start off small and get bigger, and then there's a large developed field. This is kind of an advantage for Skrin or Reaper, right? Because they can put down a graphics stimulator on both tip fields and get 30 credits every 5 seconds. Plus those have a little more armor than they used to have. That's actually probably a legit thing, right? If there's so many tip fields, you can put 4 growth stimulators on those tip fields, and that'll get him a ton of resources for free. Drive, getting down that expansion. A lot of players like to go for that 2 War Factory push. I've seen 2 War Factories a lot on this map, so if I'm going through... Yeah, see, he's going 2 War Factories, but if I'm going through Rex's mine, I would be considering fast teching to tier 3. He's going to see the 2nd War Factory. He cancels his refinery. He's not going to make that mistake and eco up. How does he defend this off against Skrin? He could go dev tanks. I think devs is the way to go. Yeah, 2 War Factory dev tanks I would do. 2 War Factory dev tank. Dev tank. 2 War Factory. He's not building one. He's going 2 War. There you go. See, he's making the right plays. He's playing exactly as I would. Going for that 2 War Factory dev tank. Of course, I'm no expert or anything. I mean, I make a lot of misplays, but that's really the obvious one to make there. Refinery down for Shoktrepet. He's marked of Kane, remember, so he can assist Rex with that EMP. Ooh, nice. Nice Icor Seed. Going to be able to charge those dev tanks out without going near to the front line. I think the War Factory was a little bit too far back. Could have had it nearer to this tip field. A little bit of a mistake because I feel like Drive's going to get down his War Factory very close to this tip field. And he's going to be able to repair while these aren't going to be able to repair. It's going to be an issue. Dev tank spam is going to be coming out real soon. Second War Factory deployed for Drive. This dev tank's being pushed back. These Preds are moving in. Not sure what Rex is doing here. That laser turret is holding back this force for now. Needs to micro Rex, needs to focus down these units without losing his devs. That's a lot of dev tanks. I haven't quite seen that many devs fall versus this push. Yeah, I just think this is going to fail now. Drive shouldn't even fight this, I think, because those can be kited. These have more range and they shoot and move with that charged beam, unlike in Tiberian Wars where they don't. This is Kane's Wrath. This is really the only time where you're going to see dev tanks be very good because they don't have to move very far. Their Achilles heel is the movement speed. They're very slow and cumbersome. So on maps like this, where your opponent is base pushing you, it is a great thing to do. That's a freaking load of dev tanks. These are going to all go down, these Preds, without trading anything. See, they're already getting low in numbers. These devs are just popping them extremely quickly. But meanwhile, we got the same push coming down on the top with Futurama, taking out Shoktrepet. Shoktrepet lost everything. And Drive, he's somewhat in the same boat, but yeah, does Futurama have anything else? He's about to put down an expansion, I think. No, he's going for a stasis chamber. Probably wants to delay this attack a little bit, just so that Drive can get down a War Factory or something back at home. Yeah, he's got no War Factory, see, so if he loses this MCV, he's out of this game, and it's going to be a 1v1 essentially. Shoktrepet, he's going to try and stall this attack. He's actually got Scorps. He can actually hold this a little bit, but I would not attack. I would just wait a little bit and reinforce with the dev tanks. The dev tanks, now the thing is, what's his name? Rex doesn't have the intel that we have, so it's possible that he assumes that Drive still has a build queue, but he simply does not. This is all faking it. It's a 1v1, and Rex has an expansion down. He's going for a portal. He's going for the synths. These harvesters, I hope that he doesn't lose those. So 1v1. But there's a psychological element to this because Drive really isn't a player. He doesn't have anything. He's just sticking around in case. It's to make Rex think that there is more going on. This refinery is going to fall. And could this be a mistake? I think either side have a stasis shield ready to go. Never mind. Drive has an expansion. Drive has a base. Look at this, guys. Drive has a dual ref. How did he get a dual ref? He went for a push and also somehow has a dual ref as well. Don't ask me how. Anyway, it is a 2v1 still. I should really pay attention more to the minimap, but yeah, this is going to be interesting. Can Rex 2v1 this game? Can he literally win 2 versus 1 versus Futurama and Drive? This is exciting. Takes the blue tip, nice. Going for a tech now maybe? Tier 3. Disintegrator spam, that could really work, I think. Maybe he's going to hit from 2 sides. He's going to go and attack from 2 angles. He knows what he's up against. The tip spikes are still in control of Futurama. This may even give him vision radius. These synths are just being thrown into their doom. I think Rex needs to take up to tier 3. Drive's going for hammerheads now to deal with these descents. He's going for that hammerhead. He's trying to get one out. Rex is cubing this stuff. Gunwalker's separated from the descents. Oh man, this hammerhead is going to be quite an issue because there's just no anti-air there to speak of. There's so many disintegrators. The more hammerheads that come out, the better, the worse it's going to be for him. Oh, he's going to give away the hammerheads. Now Rex is going to know what's up. This is an issue. Oh, the death tanks are completely out of position. There's just nothing here to kill the hammerheads though. There's no anti-air there. Storm Riders would be a phenomenal transition behind this if it were Rex. Refinery gets taken out by Futurama. Excellent position there by him. But is this going to be enough? He's focusing down as much as he possibly can. Harvester falls. Only one Harvester though. That's not nearly enough. He needed way more than that to go down. This attack will... Does Rex have his own stasis? He didn't use it. I remember he didn't use it before. Maybe he's waiting. Yeah, he's waiting. See, he's got... Was that enough though? Yeah, I think it was. That's enough. He's gonna tear this force apart. Reconstruction drones, man. Get those reconstruction drones down. Get them down. Get them down, okay? You need to repair this army. Put the lightning spike down. He's floating 5 grand. Oh man. I hope he's got something behind this happening. Yeah, he could have had those. They could have repaired that army up in 1. He didn't quite do it though. He's moving in from 2 sides still. Yeah, that shadow tank just went ham. Oh, Rex threw it in. Why did he throw it? There was a chance there. He could have used the reconstruction drones, put the lightning spike down, used the charge on his units. Storm Riders would have been ridiculous at that point. No Storm Riders. Instead, he went all in Disintegrator. Disintegrator was not the way to go. That is unfortunate for him. So yeah, Futurama and Drive take that game. Well done to them. But I shouldn't speak too soon though, because now I'm probably going to get screwed over. But at least I watched the majority of the good games. Let's hope the good games continue though, because this is going to be game number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of course, I can do math. On the right hand side will be Futurama playing as the Cyan Skrin and his ally. Well, I mean, I hope I can do math because I did that patch, right? And if I don't know how to do basic math, then how can you guys trust me with the stats and the numbers for those units? Anyways, Drive, going to be that green GDI. Nothing's changed. I think those guys are sticking with the same factions, the same colors. This is going to be pretty awesome for me because I don't have to do much editing. They're all sticking with the same colors, which is fantastic. It's going to be Tiberian Dunes, I believe. It would have been nice to see the same sort of map like this, but it's a different layout to a forest. This is essentially a reskin of forest with some minor differences. One of the differences is the defensive tower in the middle. And that's it, isn't it? That's essentially it. Yeah, that's it. It's a reskin. Plus there's no terrain here to obstruct your harassing units, so it's more of a flat map, but it's somewhat of a less flat map. Basic math is hard, advanced math is easier, yeah. It's often the basic things that you make mistakes on, isn't it? Buzzers moving in for Futurama. We'll see what's up. No buggy first for Rex. He's not going for that buggy first, which is what I thought he would do. Usually players rely on the knob player to scout with a buggy, but this guy, he's just going to eco up. Who is scouting? Oh look, see, Rex is scouting with these buzzers. He's going to see everything that's up. GDI player may go for fast airfield Firehawk build, maybe. Or he could just do railguns, railgun preds. I think what Shock done that game, which he threw, was a good strat. He just lost his units for no reason. I think fast railguns is a potential strategy. Defensive tower makes a difference. Yeah, totally right. Drive knows it. Drive knows it makes a difference. He's even guarding it with this foxhole. This is an important structure. You know, if I was playing right now and I was Futurama, oh God, you know, I have such an itch to go for one base Storm Rider. And this is how I lose games, because I just want to do that one base Storm Rider. I know it sucks, but I just can't help myself. Though Futurama's not going to make that stupid noob build. He's going to go for a proper build. He's going to go through refineries. He's probably going to tech up to tier 3 and play the game properly. Rex on that left-hand side deploys his ref in the middle. This guy, he seriously strikes me as someone who's been around for many years, yet we have not seen him before. He knows all of the tricks. His ref placement has been spot on, even in these 2v2 maps. It's like even in the Chinese community, they play 2v2 just like we do. Gunwalker for Rex. His scouting is on point as well. Thank you for the stream. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying this stream, Panda. Your maps have been well represented, I'll have you know. And all is well. Tip spike there. How many spikes are there per player? I think it's just 2 per player, isn't it? Yeah. Futurama going to take a swipe at this blue Tiberium, though he's not going to be able to harvest it easily. Yeah, he's going to be forced back there. Gunwalkers also counter Seekers and Ascents. So yeah, this attack's going to be forced back. This is just way too much damage. Futurama lost his mining time there. That's a good start by Shok and Rex. Rex and Shok moving in. Nice unit mix there from them is... Yeah, that's not that. I was thinking about 2 War Factory. He's not going 2 War Factory though. He's going for the second refinery. Fortunately though for him, there's no knob player on the other side, so he can't get his refineries clicked. That is good. Could use the support powers of Skrin, maybe. Lightning Spike. Repair drones. Oh look, drives in the back, causing damage with these pitbulls. If he keeps those alive, could get water upgrade later and just go around the back and take out the tech. Maybe force the stasis shield, which is probably going to be a pure win for him. Bluefield just unable to be harvested. It's going to grow more and more, and that's going to make it a bigger, important point of reference going forward, because that Bluefield's going to make the difference. Storm Column comes down. Yeah, they read the patch notes. They know that this just wipes the Firehawks out, unless it's the Zircon Firehawk. That's a different story. But GDI Firehawk dies to this. You need 5 Firehawks to take out the tech, because the first one's just going to get blasted away. Unless you've got 200 IQ and you use a decoy army in the midst of a game and just force that Storm Column to shoot the decoy while you go in with the Firehawks. 2v2, anything is possible, okay? Even the ally can force in the Lightning Spike. Lightning Spike here, Storm Column attacks the Lightning Spike, 4 Firehawks come in and take out that tech center. Just requires a little bit of pre-planning, okay? Tier 2 comes down and there's the mortars. There's the mortars. Predicted. This Storm Column can also deflect rockets, but it deflects them back onto the unit, so it doesn't actually deflect the damage. It just delays it, which is a little funny. It's not actually going to affect gameplay in any way. I like how Drive micros this totally irrelevant and minor thing, but yeah, he does it. I just like that about him. It's just so frustrating dealing with it as well. This will be cleaned up though. Beacon in the top. Scorpion tank just getting some nice heals right there. Shields on those Gunwalkers and Seekers. Man, I'm having a very fun time casting this series. It's been really fun so far. This defensive tower killed nothing. It's going to fall. I don't think Drive got his $500 back for it. 4 mammoth tanks. Railguns online. Okay. Still though, the range is not enough. Tripods outranged the mammoth tanks. There's even a mastermind there, which is just going to run forward and kill. He's just going to take over one of them. Yeah, see? He takes one of the mammoth tanks and the fight's over. Oh my god, no way! Dude, oh my god. I need to make a compilation of this. He just dodged that the second time in this series. This guy, I have not seen anyone ever with such mastermind control. Oh no! Oh no! I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon, guys. He lost it, but it doesn't matter. I think he got his value. I think. Where's Shoktrepet? There's a 2v1 happening here. Stasis shield. Kane down on a mammoth and 2 of these tripods. Those are actually Rex's tripods. Did he just stasis his own tripods? I don't know. Hexapod about to come out. Stealth tank in the back, killing harvesters. Could be getting that tip core upgrade relative soon by... Oh, Sonic emitter comes down. That's stealth though when it's not doing you damage. Scorpion tank just running through. I guess they'll try and do something. They're not very useful though at this point in time. They're more cannon fodder than anything else. It's just going to force Sonic emitter to come down on the Scorpion tanks rather than this in battle here. That's good for the mock player. Harvester going to be forced back. Rocket squad's there. There you go. There's the Sonic emitter was actually placed for that Scorpion stealth tank early on. Shock is doing well with these stealth tanks. I'll give him credit for it. The Hexapod's out as well for... He's got his tier 3 still. Where is Rex's Hex? It's here. He needs to be winning decisively this fight in the middle. And I don't really agree with the synths in Hexapods. Both players putting the synths, but here's the thing, right? Rex put a commando in his Hexapod, which means he can teleport onto the enemy units and kill them. Hex 1v1ing a tripod. That's going to go down. This army of tripods of Rex, can it hold this off? Shards is done for Rex, so he can base crawl and kill those dev ships with the shard launcher, plasma missile batteries, Scorpion tanks in the back there. Just putting an extra battle marker on this base. He can run over these jugs if Rex sees that. Oh, there's even a freaking... Is he going to do... Oh, nice control. Man, I always question if he's going to do this, but he does it. He always does it. You've got to be careful with the interface lag in Kane's Wrath, because it can screw you over if you're not leaving any margin of error for that, because the game has issues where sometimes it doesn't work what you're trying to do. Oh, Corruptor's getting attacked from the rear. Most of the Corruptors die. That's going to diminish Futurama's healing potential on that Hexapod. Juggernauts here for drive. No EMP besides these tripods for this army. Spectres in the back for shock. So both sides bringing artillery to the fight. Hexapod moves in with that. Yeah, he's just going to force the tripods to kill the Hexapod. This is actually good. This is good. I like this because this is forcing in the... Oh, the Hexapod's crushing the Jug. The Jugs can't even engage this army of tripods. But what's his name? Needs to be very careful. All the tripods moving. Commando moves forward. This army's taking so much rear damage. This is extremely messy. Both of the masterminds fall. The Hexapod for Futurama is full health. This army is falling very quickly. EMP needs to come down by EMP. He just needs to EMP that. Click it. It's easy to forget sometimes in the midst of all this that this is all happening. Oh my god, this army's getting really low on health. It's going to be extremely clutch. This focus down the barracks. Focus down both of the barracks. Man, kill both of the barracks. Oh, you're going to kill me if you don't do that. Because these Husks are going to win the game for him. Otherwise, yeah, a tripod EMPs Futurama's Hexapod and he takes that game there. Such a clutch engagement at the end. That could have gone either way. Really good idea pulling the mastermind in the Hexapod because he just devoted so much attention to that phased Hexapod. The Jugs weren't able to engage the tripods because they were trying to avoid themselves from being trampled all over. And the tripods were just out of position trying to deal with the Hexapod. And then Rex capitalized, went in there and took out that force. And that's going to be a game on the score sheet for Rex and Shoktrepet. Nice work there by both of them. So it's currently 4-3. They're pulling themselves back into this. Can they do it again? Can this go to an ace match? All right. No change. Fine. So coming from that amazing win, we have Shoktrepet playing as the red marked of Kane. Looks like he's more warmed up now. In the beginning of this series is a little bit shaky, but now he is prime Shoktrepet. No one can be as good as Prime Whitey, though. He was probably the best player ever. Just kidding. Everything I said there was a joke. Don't take it seriously. Anyway, Shoktrepet, red marked of Kane. His ally will be purple Rex as the Skrin once more. His Skrin has been phenomenal. Nothing really to complain about. He's been playing solid the whole of this series. Even the games that those guys have lost, his play has been solid. We can only criticize him in that game where he was 2v1, but he did his best. to focus on both of those players. Remember, it is one player versus two. It's harder when you have to deal with two sets of eyes in that situation. Anyways, in the bottom will be a Drive as the green GDI, Futurama as the cyan screen. Hopefully these guys don't get too tilted. The best win of all was probably that game on Ice Arena where Drive gifted a win when he sold his MCV in the start of the game, because he wanted to make this series more epic. He didn't want it to be a 4 or 5-1, so he led those guys back into it. How nice of him. We all get to see more games. Who's winning? It is still Futurama and Drive 4-3. It's a very close series. If this game goes to Shoktrepet and Rex, we have ourselves a tie and an ace match, because there can't be a draw. It has to be a winner. That's going to be an extremely close game if it comes to it. Rex getting underway with that expansion, and I'm super happy today, guys, to be casting this series. I wanted to cast the last series with Phoenix and Rex because I also found that series to be very fun to watch. I watched it from Drive's point of view, but I would have had a lot of fun if I had casted it live. That's going to be on Cyber's channel if you missed it. Foxhole gets down for Drive. He's going to see that there's no rush coming. Both sides just ecoing up. Nothing crazy. Never mind. Drive's going for APC rockets. He's like, yeah, we lost that last game, so rather than take it easy, I'm just going to go for this weird one-base strat and, you know, put everything on the line. I like that about Drive. Drive, he takes risks, but maybe at the wrong times, let's be fair. This is probably not the time to do that, but yeah, I like it. Of course. Oh, nice. That's nice there. Buzzer kills the units. Could have gone in that building though. But the thing is, now Shock can put units in there, but the Gunwalker is just going to crush everything that comes out of that. Seeker's moving in. Shock should know what's coming up. I'm surprised he didn't have a laser turret queued. Gunwalker usually means there's more than just a Gunwalker coming. Oh my god. That's weird. I've never seen anybody go for early blue Tiberium on this map. That's the first time I've ever seen that, guys. Drive. He got the Harvester, but I have no idea why Rex decided to go there in the first place. Drive's still behind, even though he got that Harvester, but still, that's surprising. Nice Harvester snipe. This attack's going to get shut down. Traitor Seeker for a Scorpion tank. Refinery down for Shoktrepet. Futurama also down with that refinery, 3-1 there. He's looking good as far as his eco is concerned. Pretty even game so far. Shoktrepet a little bit low on the eco, but you can see the spike distribution is what's doing it. Futurama is the one with the more eco because he has the 2 bottom spikes, whereas Rex has the 2 spikes in the back. So he's more of the eco macro player in this particular game. Drive just being a nuisance with these 3 APCs. Tech down now for Rex. He's researching something. One can presume it is shard launchers once again. Tripod out now. Storm column about to be dropped, and that's building way too quickly to be a storm column. Probably a buzzer hive. Don't know what it was. He put it somewhere though. Maybe he cancelled it. Gunwalker coming in here for a scout. Maybe this is for a wormhole. He's not messing around now, is he? He's like, I'm going to go ahead and wormhole this guy's MCV. If that was Green Zero, this would be the last game in the series because, you know, he's quit every tournament where he has had his MCV captured by a mastermind. This is looking bad. Okay, right. This is suddenly, yeah. Shock is in trouble. Futurama with these measly forces is just overwhelmed. Shock may fall in this game. Futurama moving in. Drive needs to hold the line for now versus this tripod. There's a Hexbot about to come out as well. Futurama, he's now on his tech. Moving in. Shock just needs to hold on and just hold on a bit longer and let it so Rex can do something in this base. And I think Futurama knows that his ally is under some serious pressure. That 3 APC push put Drive behind massively. Yeah, look how behind Drive is in this game. I feel like both of these guys need to help their allies in some possible way. Tier 3 down now for Shoktrepet. Hexpod for Rex. He's just going in for the juggler. He's going to be like, you know what, I'm just going to kill this guy right here and now. Orca's out for Drive. Takes out the shield. Not going to do too much else though, I imagine. He doesn't have a tier 3. He does have a tier 3. He's going for a sonic emitter. That's going to be good for him. Devastator out now for Futurama. He's cleaning Shoktrepet up in this base. Shoktrepet not harvesting on this expansion tip field. Shields done on those Seekers as well. Phase, Tripod there. Hexapod getting some crushes on these units. Shard and Plasma Missile Battery as well. This army is moving in. Drives, but he's dead, but almost. Let's not count him out just yet. 2 War Factory Tripod for Futurama. He's getting that shields upgrade as well. That's about to pop online. Not garrisoned anything in that hexapod. Power goes offline briefly. Was this attack halted? Not yet. This is the thing, right? He can't just leave Shoktrepet to do what he wants. There's 2 stealth tanks. This is just making it difficult for Futurama to contend with this army. He's not able to devote any forces yet to defend this off. The Juggernauts will fall. Rex needs to pay attention and kill those husks. There's 3 husks there. Could fall. I suppose he used it before. Yeah, he's probably going to lose those. There. Mastermind coming in. 2, 3 Juggernauts out. Now, this could be a hold. Especially since this is really low on health. He's just going to lose this, man. Oh my god. Why did he do that? Oh my god. That was so bad. That was a bit suicidal. But I guess Shoktrepet, he's dead. He's not able to hold this back. Epic unit falls. The Hexpod goes down. Drive reclaims a tripod. He's got 3 Juggernauts. 3 tripods. Not going to quite do it. That Mastermind needs to move in and take out something. He needs to just walk in there and take over this base. I think Drive can summon in sniper teams if he powers down something. Maybe one of these refineries. Kill the Mastermind that way. Stealth tank still alive here for Shoktrepet. He's just keeping this game going a little bit longer. I'm surprised that Shoktrepet is deciding to move away from this force. He could have just gone into this army. Oh, Drive's force firing the ground. He's force firing the ground. He's not powering up his stuff here. Oh, nice work though. Very, very nice. This is insane. If Rex pulls this off, this is just... I have no words, okay, if Rex pulls this off. Rex crushing through this base. He's got the synths. Oh, no way. Does he win this? Is he going to claim these husks? He's going to claim the husks. The army's moving in. Oh, there's no hexapod though to defend. He's moving into this army, but there's no hexapod. Hexapod versus no hexapod. That's a big deal. It's literally a 1v1 now. It's a draw. It is Rex versus Futurama. That's what we're up to. 2 spikes versus 2 spikes. Both players have their spikes in the middle. This is as epic as it gets, guys. This is a bit of a bug though. This is a bug. I'm pretty sure he's maybe floating money because of it. Yeah, he's floating resources. He's just unable to queue. He's not. In fact, what's he doing? He's building eco. He surely knows that he needs to be ready for a potential attack. Could take out the tier spikes. That's a smart play. It is really much a 1v1 now. Bottom left blue fields, yeah. That as well is also right for the taking. Oh, let's see who wins this. I really feel like this is going to be the killer. Futurama has his stasis ready to go. Rex used his to try and save his hexapod. He's queuing tripods. Ravagers maybe is the way to go. The dev ships need a response. There's a lot of disintegrators there. Calls in. Oh my god. No. Wow.
Construction complete. Structure sold. Structure sold. Unit under
Okay,
attack.
I'm going to reevaluate my analysis now.
Harvester under attack.
Futurama is royally screwed. He is very dead.
Our
That,
base is under
how did that go heroic? I didn't even see that go even veteran. Is it going to be a base rate of epic proportions? Oh, there's so many infantry units. Oh no, there's not enough infantry units. There's too many shock troopers to since it doesn't matter about the elite, the heroic tripod. Is he just moving in with everything? Oh, he's not. He's going for the base trade as well. He's yeah. There's so many infantry forces. Shock troopers are just in so much numbers. Yeah, look at those shock troopers, man. There's so many of them. Oh, I got this tripod's getting stuck. He takes the heroic tripod with the mastermind. Oh my god, he missed the thing. A heroic tripod's just killing all of Rex's army. This has gone horrible now. It's completely flipped. It's completely flipped. It's completely flipped. The heroic tripod now belongs to Futurama. That's it. There's his army's back here. Look at all this stuff. Oh, the tripod's gonna go down. It goes down. The heroic tripod dies. Okay. Okay. Oh, oh my god. I saw. Thank you very much for the $10, man. Really do appreciate that. I'll get to that afterwards, but I can't believe what I'm seeing here. This series has just been one of the wildest series I've ever seen. Who wins this game? Is it the game over yet? I can't quite understand. This tripod's over here. It's just no way. Does Futurama have a drone ship? Yeah, he can win this, right? Even with all that happening. The hexapod's still alive. Yeah, he's just going to defend with disintegrators. This army's looking unstoppable. Drone ship in the middle. Oh yeah, you're right. He's got a drone ship there. Tripod's going to finally go down. Futurama will... I'm not going to say it. Will he take this game? With this hexapod going down, I think he will. And I think Futurama... Never mind. He has a mastermind. And the harvester can kill that. The harvester kills the mastermind. MVP harvester there. Drive and his last units making the difference. A heroic descent kills the hexapod. Okay, I've seen it all now. I've seen it all. Despite that heroic tripod, it's gonna be over. Not quite. I mean, it should be promoted to heroic. I mean, if you're a harvester and you kill a mastermind, you deserve a few medals for that, I think. That was very, very good. I think that was one of the best series I've ever seen, if I'm honest. I can't remember a series as good as that in a long time. That last game was epic. I mean, I knew when I saw two players go down, it was essentially a 1v1 for 14 minutes. But yeah, it was an amazing game. These guys put up an amazing series, and I want to thank Shanks for the sponsored event. I'm sure he's feeling very good about this. I think this has been his best series yet. we do appreciate everyone for supporting this game still, and for allowing events such as this to take place. I want to thank Zorf as well for that $10, man. I assume that's 10 euros, because euros now are not, well, euro exchange, you know how it is. It's just not very good now, but yeah. 2v2s are really good. GG's, yeah. I'm pretty speechless, if I'm honest, currently. I'm just speechless.